Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/spookshow. Then go over to morbidlybeautiful.com as we are now part of the Morbidly Beautiful Podcasting Network.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
You vote too! You vote too! You vote too!
Everybody here dies by dawn. Dead by dawn!
Welcome to the Spook Show. That's right. You hear the tones of the opening of Cannon Films, and you know it's time yet again for Cannon Fodder. We're breaking new ground here with this one, though, huh?
Ooh.
Huh? You like what I did there? We're talking Breakin from 1984. Not to be confused with Breakin 2 Electric Boogaloo that came out in 1984.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
Which, before we get to that, I remember seeing this in the theater. We'll get to these, our history with the movies. But now that you mentioned that, at the end of this movie was the part that says, "Stay tuned for Breakin 2 Electric Boogaloo." Right? I mean, they actually announced it. They already knew they're making one, and it was in the credits to this one. And I remember watching that in theater. And sitting there as an 11-year-old, I guess, went, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be there for Breakin 2 Electric Boogaloo as soon as it opens."
This is going to be awesome, and it was.
It wasn't.
This is, I think, more so than a lot of what even Cannon did. This is a real time capsule type of thing, like
Totally.
It captures that moment in time, and really, honestly, one could argue like this is kind of one of the things that made breakdancing as popular as it was for that time in the mid '80s, right?
Well, there was definitely outside of New York and LA and urban cities. Now at this point, when this movie came out, your kids in Backwater, South Carolina, knew what it was and was wanting to mimic the moves after watching the movie or whatever.
Yeah, after this and the second one, everybody's like cutting up their cardboard boxes and throwing them on the ground and spinning on their heads. It sounds kind of far-fetched now, right? Like there was a time where like every person of a certain age, every kid, right, wanted to do some level of breakdance.
I'll tell you this.
Some level.
This is so me and my brother watched the hell out of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But and I was thinking while I was watching, I thought that there would come a time to where I would need the skills in this video, like to solve a problem.
I put that in the notes when I was watching it. This perpetrates another '80s lie, because I was thinking like, growing up, I'm thinking like, I'm gonna have to know how to break dance. I'm gonna have to watch out for quicksand. There's a couple other things we talked about. Like,
you definitely need a survival knife with a compass in it that unscrews where you can put matches and things in it. You have to have that.
You need to be perfectly skilled in butterfly knives and nunchucks.
I still got a butterfly knife, and nunchucks hanging on the wall over here. Yeah, and a throwing star. I'm still prepared. I got 2 sets of nunchucks, a throwing star hanging on the wall over there in front of my martial arts collection.
Still, you should have a shirt that's like prepared since '84 or something.
That's right. Yeah.
And you got that one bandana that just says ninja across the front of it.
I definitely do have that. One of these days, for one of the video episodes that we do, I'm gonna don all of that gear.
All things you can get at any flea market.
Yeah.
Still,
any flea market worth its salt is gonna have all these items.
I mean, they would sell an 11-year-old a set of nunchucks and a throwing star and a butterfly knife and a survival knife. Not give a shit.
Back then, for sure, and probably still today. Speaking of which, I probably should have went to the fucking flea market to find a copy of this movie, because this was a tough one. Like, this is probably one of the hardest ones I've had to track down on the internet in a while. I mean, we eventually used the dark arts and we figured it out, but this is not on any service. Like, you had to dig a little bit harder to find this one, I'll admit. And we never could find a specific reason or anything. The best I could figure is it's got something to do with music rights, probably, right? I mean,
that's the only thing I could think of. I mean, it came out the exact same year. It's from Cannon. The same company holds the rights. I believe MGM, right? Well, I don't know who owns MGM.
I think these days, I'm pretty sure the lineage is like Amazon.
Yeah.
Or Amazon owns MGM, so I
catalog,
assume, I assume that they would have ownership of it.
So, but Breakin 2 you can find all over the place, but not this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough. And that goes into many of the names too, because I was able to find it under at least one or two other names because it has a bunch of different names all across the world. So that's probably a good time to go through those. So some of the ones I found, breakdance. Now that was in various countries. It was just called breakdance. Breakin, the street dance. That was in Denmark. Breakdance, the movie.
I mean,
Europe. That was it. Just in
It's kind
Europe.
of like that's the Spaceballs. The Spaceballs. The
Yeah,
beach
yeah, the
towel.
movie, yeah.
Spaceballs. The lunch. Yeah.
Which, once again, I put in my notes while I was watching it. They should have called it Montage the movie. Because the half the movie just feels like it's just a bunch of interconnected montages.
Oh yeah.
Break Street 84 in France.
oh, okay, yeah.
It was called
France.
Break Street 84. In Hungary, it was known as just Break.
Break.
Break. Break.
With Nell Carter on the poster.
And this was one of my favorites in Mexico. It was Super Danza.
Super Danza.
But it's in Mexico. That sounds more like it should be like some kind of Swiss
Yeah.
or some kind of European Super Danza. But no, it was in Mexico. It was Super Danza. Yeah, tons of different names. But I say that because I think I actually found a copy of it as Break Street. But then when I start watching it, anybody that sits down and watches this, or if you've seen it before, it takes about feels like 5 full minutes before any dialogue.
Yeah.
Because, you get that long opening.
Yeah, the open credit where they're playing the song about was it Ollie and Jerry breaking
and they're spray painting the credits on the wall and stuff like that. Yeah.
You mentioned Break Street. There was actually another breakdancing movie called Beat Street that was a little bit more a little bit more street, a little bit more gritty.
Mm-hmm.
That was New York based, probably.
Yeah.
That was kind of the whole
I've never
New
seen
York,
that. Is that
West Coast, East Coast thing.
Is that an actual movie or more like a documentary
it's,
kind of thing, or is it like this where it's a
it's a movie.
Okay,
yeah.
Because I think there
And
were
some would probably argue that it's better made, right, than this one. I mean, you could argue that because it's not Cannon. It's
as wonky as Cannon is.
It's Radon Chong. I think Radon Chong's in that one. I believe. I'm pretty sure.
I will say this
yes.
one. I will say this one or that one or any of these. They don't hold the special sway on me like they do. I think with y'all because we didn't watch this that much. I remember none of this. I remember watching bits and pieces.
Oh,
but
you mean growing up? Your history of it.
Yeah, in the 80s. Right. I remember it being a thing, and this wasn't one that me and my brother watched on a loop or nothing, anything like that. This didn't make, probably because my brother was such a huge Stallone fan, so we just watched nothing but Rambo and Rocky
Cobra.
Over the top and
Cobra, dude, I can't even tell you how many times I've seen Cobra in my life because of my brother. But yeah, this just didn't make the rotation for us. So I didn't watch it as much. I've seen it, but it doesn't hold the special sway for me.
Yeah.
What about you? Don, you said you and your brother used to watch it. So.
Yeah, we used to watch it a lot.
This one and the second one, or just either one?
It was both.
Okay,
it was both. But I thought that in my adult years I would need to breakdance to get out of paying a bill or something. But just
shit. There's only one way out of this. All right, and then you
gotta make sure
and then
your helicopter's down, Pat.
Yeah, and then in the movie you just dance right in somebody's fucking face, just getting there. God damn, you just dance.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I thought it was. Adult life was going to be.
Well, see, mine was because once again, Stallone, right? Over the top. I thought at some point I might have to arm wrestle for the custody of my child. That's what I thought it might come to. And it might still yet. I mean, the world's coming to a weird place. You never know, right? It might come to that.
Only it'd be more like the arm wrestling in which movie was it where there's a knife over here and
Oh God.
On the other
yeah.
What was
Holy
that?
shit. I don't remember. But now you say that, I remember that because me and my brother used to arm wrestle, and then we'd put something down that would not a real knife.
It wouldn't really hurt you, but it was supposed to be something that would hurt you on your
it's like a stick or something, or a blocker. And then we would arm wrestle and you'd be hovering over oh God, it's gonna go through my hand. No. I don't remember the movie though.
No. If you know Josh's brother, which only a few people do, but I have no doubt it was an actual knife because this is the same guy.
Well, if anybody would, yeah.
he threw a cinder block at.
Yeah, no. It wasn't a real knife.
Assault.
At least not every time.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't remember the movie. You're right. There is something where they're arm wrestling and there's a knife.
Yeah, there's a knife in
And
there,
they're
right? It is something that's probably like a Rambo ripoff movie or some sort.
Yeah, it's God knows.
Gotta be-
Once again, growing up in the 80s and early 90s, God knows what we were watching. It's a different playing field for kids these days. Fortunately or unfortunately, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, the kids these days we run around buying guns and shooting. All right, well, me and my cousin used to do that too, but with pellet guns shooting into each other.
Yeah,
run out 50 yards with a football. Here, put this football helmet on; it'll protect you, and then close your eyes or something. I don't know, but
we did some crazy stuff. Kids don't do that at home. Anyways, but you can break dance. We encourage that.
Yes, yeah.
But like this movie, and I guess the second one and the ones you said and everything, like these really did like make a whole like cultural. Probably one of the few things that Cannon did that was actually like kind of like on the forefront of something, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah. And I can't remember. Well, Donnie mentioned Beat Street. Now, were they making now? I should have watched the Boogaloo, Electric Boogaloo, not the Breakin' 2, but the
that
Cannon
documentary
film
on them.
documentary thing.
Yeah.
Because I know there's some interviews in there with like Adolfo Quinones that plays Ozone in here and whatnot. And you know, with the Go-Go Boys or whatever, talking about making this movie. And I thought the reason why they maybe pushed it through so fast was to beat Street to the theater, but I can't remember if I'm just thinking that's the case or not.
That sounds familiar. They were
something like that.
Well,
yeah.
I have no doubt about that, but this debuted Breakin', okay? Breakin' debuted May 1st of 84 in Canada, but it was released here in the United States May 4th, 1984, right? Beat Street, according to IMDb, debuted at Cannes Film Festival May 22nd of 1984, and then debuted in France June 6th of 84. And then
okay, so yeah, that's exactly what that was. Probably they knew that there was word of that, and I know that one of the daughters of one of the Cannon film guys,
I think it was Menachem Golan.
Menachem, yeah, his daughter was like, you know, was a fan of the breakdancers on the beach there in California or whatever, and then and put the idea to her father or whatever, and then I guess they probably caught word about this other movie being made or having been made or being made or whatever, and then they rushed this to a production.
They knew that they clearly knew that they had got a hold of something that was going to be hot shit because they pushed it through really fast, and then at the end of this movie, it's in the credits like, by the way, you know, whatever Breakin' 2 is whatever they called it, I forget what it said. And
Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I don't know if it had the full title, but it said Breakin' 2.
Oh yeah, maybe it did. Maybe it just said Breakin' 2. I can't remember right now if it did.
Yeah, but or not. Clearly they knew like, this is going to be hot. There's another one coming. Trust us, you know. So.
In this case, they were really sure there was. You know, like the Cannon thing was like they go to these film festivals and whatnot with like mock-ups of movies they hadn't even made yet to make money.
They were notorious.
They're in the can. We just need the money for distribution.
Yeah,
and all this stuff.
Yeah, they wouldn't even. They may or may not even have had a title. They would just say like, "We got Clint Eastwood," like fill in the blank actor. Like we're gonna have that next Clint Eastwood movie. Give us $1 million, and then they take that and make 4 movies out of it. You know, like they were notorious for it. But this one actually was successful for sure. I mean, unlike a lot of Cannon films. Some of the background stuff though. Of course, it was produced by Cannon Films Golden Globus, distributed by MGM UA Entertainment Company. Rated PG, total runtime of 1 hour and 27 minutes. On IMDb, it's listed as a comedy, drama, music, romance. It's all those things. It was filmed in various areas around Los Angeles, California from December of 83 to February of 84. That's right, they wrapped in February, and this thing came out by May 1st. For a budget of $1.2 million, which was probably on the higher side for Cannon in 1984. But it went on to a worldwide gross of $38.6 million.
Damn.
Which is pretty impressive for a $1 million movie. I've got the top 10 in the box office. So this is the weekend of May 4th through the 6th, 1984. Y'all are going to love this. I'm not going to read the whole list, but there's a couple interesting ones that aren't in the top 10. Actually, 3 of them that are not in the top 10 that are interesting. Number 15, this is Spinal Tap. We did that on Cold Corner.
Yeah, Cold Corner.
Number 13, Children of the Corn. Was in its ninth week. And then number 11, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Was in its 4th week. That was the 4th one, right?
Yeah, that's the one with Crispin Glover. And of course,
God. Speaking of dancing,
Tommy. yeah.
That whacked out dance that he does in the.
Oh yeah, that's classic. And that song that was playing by Lion, the hair metal band Lion.
Clearly, dancing is the thing of the time, because number 10 in the box office, Footloose, was in its 12th week. Number 9, speaking of dancing, Moscow on the Hudson. Number 8, Splash. Number 7, Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes. Number 6 in its opening weekend, The Bounty. Number 5 in its opening weekend, Hard Bodies. Wasn't that a dancing movie too?
I don't know.
No, that was like one of those sex comedies, like a beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I've sex comedy kind of thing.
Yeah. What'd you say? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
You're very familiar with Hard Bodies. Number 4 in its 7th week, Police Academy, the original. Number 3 in its 6th week, Romancing the Stone. Number 2 in its opening weekend, little indie flick called 16 Candles. And number 1 in its opening week, Breakin.
Man.
That's crazy, right? All those movies that is named, Breakin.
Yeah,
was number 1.
I mean, that's how they definitely had the finger on the pulse there. Whatever you want to say, the daughter, the idea of the other Beat Street movie coming out and them beating it to the box office and everything. They knew they had something with this one.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it went on to, what did I say, 38? Yeah, 38.6 million. This particular weekend, it made just a little over 6 million. So that means it stayed pretty steady for at least a couple of weeks.
And knowing them, it probably cost them $5,000 to make it. I mean, well, I
1.2,
exaggerate, but you know,
1.2 million, but some of that was probably just
marketing.
Yeah, marketing. I always forget the fucking terminology. Commercials.
I mean,
marketing. Yeah, I'm looking at it just quickly. It was number 2 the following 2 weeks. Then it fell to number 3. Then number 4. Then number 8 and number 9. Then it was out. Out altogether after 7 weeks. So yeah, it played pretty well there that summer of '84. It was directed.
Even the song, I think I read that main song that we're talking about, "Breaking There's No Stopping Us Now" by Ollie and Jerry. Even that was like a hit song from the movie, and it reached number 9 in the U.S. singles chart. I mean, It's pretty good for basically an independent film almost.
Speaking of which, you said you had the soundtrack, right?
Yeah, I got it on vinyl.
You should have pulled all this stuff out. All your Breakin'.
As you mentioned off the top, it was hard to find this to watch anywhere. Well, it was, ironically enough, I have it on 2 different formats. We have a DVD of it, and I have VHS of both Breakin' and Breakin' 2, but could not find the DVD in our vast collection. It's like stuck somewhere where it shouldn't be or something, right? And the VHS is in a box somewhere. The vinyl I do have access to easy enough, but
I was sitting there searching high and low. I didn't even think to look on that fucking that Cannon collection.
Oh, I did look there too. It's not,
okay.
on there, unfortunately.
I thought that maybe it was there, but I didn't.
Yeah, that was the last chance. I'm like, let me check that because I can't find the regular DVD and the VHS are boxed up. But no, it wasn't on there. Just the documentary though, which is called Electric Boogaloo, the Cannon film story.
Yeah, that's on
like
that. Yeah, that's on that.
That's on there, but not the Breakin' movies at all.
Yeah, there were 2 typical Cannon way. There were 2 documentaries that came out at the same time. Remember, like that.
That's right.
They're doing that one. Somebody was doing that one, and then they decided to do their own documentary.
The Go-Go Boys, right?
The Go-Go Boys to compete with their own documentary.
In true Cannon form.
Yeah, no doubt. It was directed by Joel Silberg, who also did Rappin' and Lambada. Those were both Cannon movies.
That was another one of theirs, the Lambada. They heard about that, kind of like the Dirty Dancing thing in Lambada, and so they said, well, maybe we can make another Breakin' out of this.
Yeah, it was exactly. That's exactly what it was. Like, hey, we got another Breakin'. No, you didn't. The Lambada
did not take off like Breakin'. No.
Oh man.
But Joel Silberg, unfortunately, he passed away at age 85 in 2013. It was produced. The screenplay was by, and the story was by Alan de Beauvoir, who the only thing interesting that I found that the dude ever other thing that he did was in 2021 he did the movie Don't Let It In, which was a horror flick. He had a producer. He had some kind of credit on that. I don't remember what, but that was about it.
What year? What year was that one?
That was in 2021, called Don't Let It In.
Oh, damn. Okay. Real new. Real new.
Yeah, more recent. Because honestly, he didn't do much after this. It was like there was a huge gap in his filmography. Like he did a few other things, not much else, and then all of a sudden he's active again. Also, the screenplay and the story was done by Charles Parker, who didn't really have anything else of note to point out, and also who worked on the screenplay was Gerald Scaife, who worked on the art department for Predator 2 and The Sixth Sense. So there's an interesting connection. I know that's probably not in your connection, but interesting connection to Predator 2 and The Sixth Sense to Breakin.
Because that's two movies we haven't done on this. We haven't even done the first Predator, have we?
No. We've done Prey.
Yeah, we did do
Prey.
Yeah,
we done Prey.
I think that's the only one,
Yeah.
It stars Lucinda Dickey as Kelly. Now, of course, she reprised the role in Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, but we all remember her, of course, from Ninja 3 The Domination.
It is.
Yep.
And I don't know, this is apparently, that they knew her, they picked her because of her in Ninja 3 The Domination, but because this movie was rushed into production so fast, it actually made it to the box office before Ninja 3, which was later in 84.
But Ninja 3 was made before this. Is that what you're saying?
Ninja 3 was made, it was completed production.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then they probably had, post-production stuff to do that, but they rushed Breakin' through, so it actually went into the box office first. So really, she had 3 movies out in 1984.
Wow.
And then that was it after that.
I was about to say, she didn't do, she didn't really do much else.
She didn't do much, yeah.
Like, whether that was her own decision or not, I'm not sure, but she didn't do much else. The only other thing that I found that was interesting that she did a couple years after this was Cheerleader Camp, the horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, she did do that one? I have seen that one, but it's been forever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even known she was in it without looking.
She was in it, and I think she might have had something to do with it on the production side of that movie as well, but yeah, that was it. Like, I think she pretty much hung it up after that. Or the industry hung her up. I'm not sure. It's one or the other. Adolfo.
Probably also chosen because wasn't she a dancer? I'm pretty sure she was a dancer before she was an actress or something like that. Probably why she was chosen for, she did a lot of aerobic's. She had aerobicized stuff, which was huge in the 80s, which is what she was doing in Ninja 3,
I think she was kind of one of those Golden Globus Cannon creations. Like, she wasn't really in the biz. And they found her and then tried to make her into a star, and it just didn't, There was a number of people like that. Eventually, Jean-Claude Van Damme was one of them.
Yeah. Speaking of that, this was his first on-screen role.
I didn't catch that, but I remember.
Yeah, very small cameo, right?
But I remember seeing something about that somewhere. Where like, oh yeah, he's randomly in the background of Breakin' or something. But like, yeah.
You'll have to, after we're done with this, you need to go back and just watch that beach scene because that's where he's in, and he's in the background. So I mean, if you didn't know, if you catch him kind of somewhat of a medium shot of him maybe or whatever, but once you know it's him, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Because of his dancing style, is very similar to the Bloodsport.
Maybe if he had been doing a split on 2 chairs, just randomly in the background, then hey, look, it's Van Damme.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Well, I did read something where he said he was trying to do all he could do to be seen in the background, and in some of the shots, the more, I don't know if you call it, not extreme things, but the things he would do, I think he did a flip or something back there, and those weren't even on film. I guess they're like, no, you're not supposed. Probably they were like, you're not supposed to be the star of the.
Hey, that looked too good. Cut that shit out.
You can see him in one scene when they cut to another direction. He goes and runs to make sure
he's in the other scene
there.
too. Yeah, he's trying to like shoot as much scenery as he can in the background. He's wearing like a onesie looking.
The black tight.
The black tight tank top, not a tank top. It's actual like what do you call those things?
Unitard.
They got a name for them. Like almost like
Unitard.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Well, I mean, is
I'll
that
take your
not,
word
like the wrestling singlet?
Yeah,
Yeah, singlet. That's what it
Yeah,
is. It's a
that's it.
singlet. It's a
That's it.
singlet.
Singlet.
Yeah.
that sounds
I
better.
couldn't think of the name for it, but that's what it was. Singlet.
Unitard. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all, Cyclops,
Mhm. It's also the name of my autobiography.
Unitard.
I think it's
Oh, shit.
politically incorrect to say that these days, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
No, it depends on your inflection. That's
Oh okay.
anyways. Adolfo Shabadoo Canonis. That's one thing I don't understand. Why the hell? I assume that's just their nicknames, right? Like,
Well, the dancing names, everybody.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like they had because
Yeah.
like it's Adolfo Canonis
Yeah.
being credited as Shabadoo Canonis, but he's playing a character called Ozone. Why would you not just
Yeah.
go with Shabadoo?
Just go with Shabadoo. I
Yeah,
know.
like,
I don't know.
Why did they name them Ozone and Turbo when their fucking names are Shabadoo and
Boogaloo Shrimp.
Boogaloo Shrimp.
Yeah. Michael Chambers, I think is his real name, right?
Probably because their names
Pretty
were
sure.
too canon for canon.
Yeah, no, this is a little too canon. Yeah, Michael Boogaloo Shrimp Chambers is Turbo. Shabadoo.
Now, one of them, I think he's still alive, right? But
Yeah.
Shabadoo or Adolfo Quinones passed some years back.
Yeah, I think it was 2020.
No,
when
you
he
know
passed.
what? I could be wrong, but I think maybe they both.
Maybe they're both gone now.
No.
Are
You sure?
No, Turbo.
Boogaloo
Okay.
Shrimp is still around.
But you
Okay.
sure?
Positive.
Because I could
He's
have sworn.
58. He's 58.
You looked it up? Because I know I was thinking like Josh too. I was thinking that they were both
I
gone.
could
But
have swore I saw something like.
I did the connections before I came here.
okay, cool.
Well, I mean, I'll take your word for it. Calm down.
Boogaloo Shrimp will be watching this. He'll be watching this afterwards. He'll be like, "I'm still here. I'm still here, you fucker." Boogaloo Shrimp watching our episode.
Yeah. If Boogaloo Shrimp, if you're out there, I'm sorry. If you're listening, we love you. Anyway, Shabadoos.
It's even worse.
What?
I looked up unitard because I knew I was right.
Okay.
I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that might lead you down an internet rabbit hole. Get out of here.
It's even worse. All right.
Ozone. Shabadoo. He's also known from, of course, Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. He also had a small role in Tango and Cash.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Yeah,
Cold
I
corner
guess
we
he's
had
just one of the background dudes in the prison or something at Tango and Cash. And of course,
He's breakdancing in the. No, he's not.
I don't know. I
Maybe
don't
he is,
remember.
maybe.
I don't remember people
Yeah.
people dancing in Tango and Cash, but
Oh,
maybe.
yeah. It's been a while since I've seen that one, and that's another one we got to get on Cold Corner. Or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely. And he was also in Lombada, so they were clearly trying to tap back into that. Michael Chambers, Michael Chambers, Boogaloo Shrimp
No, I'm.
as Turbo. He, of course, reprised the role once again in Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, but he was also in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and he played Urkelbot in Family Matters. Do you remember the episode with Urkelbot?
I vaguely.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, how could you forget that classic? I think he built a robot or some shit, and then he's just popping and locking and shit.
Like Bicentennial Man.
Yeah, well, except in the cheap ass '90s sitcom Family Matters type of way. Yeah, that was all the interesting tidbits I had. Anybody else had anything to point it out before we get into the subtle nuances of the deep plot and script of Breakin'?
Well, I had one thing I just read on a little trivia thing that's on IMDb, but it's interesting tidbit. But the one thing that just throws me off with this whole thing is they started off, whoever submitted this to IMDb, this little nugget here, they started off with "twas." Who uses "twas"? TWAS, unless you're writing a poem.
Yeah, like fucking Charles Dickens writing reviews on
'Twas the night before Breakin'.
"Twas," yeah.
and all through the house. Yo, Shabadoo and Boogaloo Shrimp.
We're tearing up the flow.
'Twas tearing up the flow.
It says, "'Twas said that Puerto Rican American kids grew to love breakdancing because they were allegedly hired by black gang members in New York City to carry their cumbersome boom boxes." I don't know what the truth is of that, but somebody submitted that. I just thought it was interesting that the whole thing of that is that they used "'twas."
You know, I haven't done this in a while, so I decided to click on plot summary in IMDb to see if there was like a long one, but there's not. Nobody gave a shit. There's only one. A struggling young jazz dancer meets up with two break dancers. Together, they become the sensation of the street crowds. Yeah, I mean, that's really all you need. There's not much of a deeper plot to be explained here, that's for sure. Because there's very little story, if you think about it. Just overall, it's just kind of, it's just an excuse to get from one dance montage to the other, like I said earlier.
How do we tie these two montages together?
Yeah, we got these two really awesome dance things.
Let's make a story.
Yeah, let's just throw a story in there and we'll just get there.
And the story pretty much is like Flashdance, right? Because you got the dance competition. I mean, first of all, well, now that I think about that, it might have been that beginning scene of Flashdance too, because there's a whole breakdancing scene at the beginning of Flashdance.
The one thing that really always gets me about not just this movie or these types of movies or any kind of dance movies, but especially these ones that are kind of confrontational, like they don't ever fight. They just kind of like, oh yeah, bam, boom, then they're dancing. Who judges this shit? How do they determine a winner? Just like the other guy just punks out? Is that how?
Audience.
Well, that's exactly what happened. He took his members only jacket and dipped. He's like,
members only because
we don't have a girl dancer.
Yeah,
they beat us.
And then they just fucking leave.
Then Ozone almost beats the shit out of Turbo, right?
Somebody comes dancing up to me, like dancing up hard into my face. They're getting knocked out. I'm not gonna have a dance off with you. I'm just gonna punch you right in the nose. Get out of here! What the fuck is wrong with you?
I've seen this happen.
Yeah. Many times out in the street. I love that confrontational nature, though. That confrontational style of like, oh, you gonna dance? No, you gonna dance. and then they don't do anything. But later on, you wait. Ooh, I'm gonna dance you.
But
you just wait.
There is actually a fist fight in there.
I just remember somebody getting pushed. I don't remember a fight.
Oh yeah, well,
like an actual.
They
fight.
went to a bar. They went to a bar.
Oh yeah.
This is I do love the way too. This entire movie, if you think about it, they dance around race, like literally and figuratively. They don't ever say it's like there's these redneck guys in the bar. Like it's
more like, you know what it is? It's more like a class thing, right? It's more like
that's what they say.
The rich, the haves and the have-nots kind of thing is what
you're going to come in here with your torn up jeans and your holy t-shirts, instead of saying the real problem in some of these situations for some of these folks. But they never directly bring it up. But they're tap dancing all around it, or
they're break dancing
all around it. Yeah. See, you mentioned the broom dance earlier. Or maybe that was off there. You were talking something about, there was that whole scene where the Boogaloo.
Yeah, it's when they're working in the convenience store, right? They're closing up for the night or whatever.
He's just like, go sweep, and then all of a sudden it just turns into like a improv robot dance.
Supernatural thing, like a supernatural. Because I don't think he's supposed to. Is he supposed to have a string over the thing? You're supposed to know that he's got a string over it and he's doing it, or are you supposed to just think he's like using the force, the breakdancing force, to move the broom along?
Oh, that move is in there a lot too, where somebody just like pulls a string on their chest, like.
Oh yeah.
That one's in there a few times.
Yeah. Usually combined with the music, there'll be some sort of drum, some kind of sound synthesizer sound to.
But I just love that he tells them like, go out there and fucking sweep, and then he just goes out there and just starts dancing with the broom. And then comes back in and he didn't sweep shit. God damn it!
And then the what's the name of the breakdancing gang? The two guys that they have the rivalry with. They have the names on the back of the jacket.
Yeah,
I can't think
of course they did. I don't remember what it was called though, but yeah.
Well, that's when they come up in the street after he was supposed to have been sweeping, but he's out there breakdancing with a broom, right? And then they walk up and they're like, "Be there at the Radiotron Friday night. We're gonna beat your asses at a dance off or whatever." I'm just
No, they never say beat ass or anything. They never say anything like truly dangerous. It's just like,
no,
I'm gonna dance you.
No, they say like I'm gonna cut you good or whatever.
Yeah.
You just
We're
wait.
Cut them, and that's
I'm gonna come
montage,
this close to your
montage.
I'm gonna dance this close to your fucking face, and there ain't nothing you can do. I'm telling you, dude, and lay you out. You dance in my face like that. Bam! Oh, Shooter McGavin.
Oh yeah.
Shooter McGavin's in this movie. Was it Christopher McDonald? I think it's
Yeah.
the actual actor's name.
Yeah.
No one knows him as that though. It's just Shooter McGavin from
Nope.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
But and
Or
this,
you know what I always confuse him with in this movie at least is with what's the guy's name in Dead Heat? Joe Piscopo.
Oh
He's
yeah.
got a Joe Piscopo look in this movie,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah, I confuse them all
His
the
hair,
time.
it's the hair, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
he's supposed to be kind of the at least for a portion of the movie, he's supposed to be kind of the rich asshole. But it turns out he's actually, the rich guy with
Yeah,
a heart
yeah.
of gold.
No, the true asshole in here is her original dance instructor. Remember the whole time
Yeah,
he's
he's
trying
like-
to get. He's like basically he's like the Harvey Weinstein of dance instructors.
Shit. Yeah, he uses intimidation. He's got Hollywood on lock or whatever the hell the dance world on
Like-
lock by like you want my participation. You won't
Yeah.
let these street dancers.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's
won't
like,
let them dance.
you're good, but I could make you better. I could bring you to the truck.
Yeah, it's inherently creepy without going all the way
It is.
there.
Yeah. And then she she gets out of that, right? She leaves that situation.
Yeah,
But then of course he's the rivalry later, right? When they get to the dance competition, he's there and he's of course giving the other guy, basically almost the reason why they couldn't dance at the competition. Or he tries to not
well, he just
get
randomly
them to be allowed into the dance competition.
every
or whatever.
time, like multiple times throughout the movie, when it seems like, hey, they're the good guys are going to win. They're getting the upper hand. They're finally going to get. And then this guy shows up again. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
he's like a
Yeah, the
French,
dinner
French
party.
dancer. Or whatever the fuck. Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
I like that though. They dress up in tuxedos and shit. Like that's their fancy way of like sneaking their way into the competition. Then like I ain't gonna do this. And they just rip the sleeves off.
Rip the sleeves off.
Here we go again. Ice-T. Ice-T's in the movie. A few
Oh, yeah,
times,
yeah.
right? This is young Ice-T. Like I'm assuming
Yeah.
he's a thing he's a thing in the scene, right, in LA at that time, but like this has got to be early on in his career.
Yeah, this has got to be. I mean, 1980. I guess they were how fast they shot it. Usually you'd say, "Oh, this is probably 1983. It came out in
Yeah.
'84," but no, it
Well,
was. Probably shot it in '84.
Yeah. Well, they started in
Produced
December.
in '84 and released
Yeah,
in '84.
the way they started, like I said earlier, in December of '83, and then wrapped in
Yeah.
February or March of '84 or whatever, and that comes out in May. So yes, either way, winter of
You're talking about
winter of
early days.
'84.
I think he was with Ice-T and the glove. The DJ was the Glove. I can't think of it. That was GLOVE or something like that, but with the periods in it or whatever.
Mhm.
Chris the Glove Taylor. I think that's who it is. I believe that's the one that produced, that Tibetan Jam song, which is the instrumental that Ice-T's rapping over in here,
Mhm.
which got released on vinyl, but you can't really. I mean, it's on YouTube. I'm sure you can go anywhere to listen to it now. But as far as official release, it never really showed up on any of his, albums or whatever or compilations later. So, and may very well be one of the issues with the music rights in this movie. Who knows?
But in the end, of course, the good guys win. They get the like, what the hell were they even going? Oh, they were going for like the Broadway show or whatever it was, right? Like that was the ultimate goal. Like they win the competition
Yeah.
to be the stars of this show, and then they end up kind of break dancing the show up. Like
Yeah, like jazz dancers. Like
yeah, well, it
street
goes from like
jazz.
a more of a traditional dance show to like all of a sudden now it's like a street dance, break dancing type of show.
Yeah, it's kind of like I guess, what do you call that? Like a variety dance thing
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah.
That you would, like, it'd be like what is that? The dance shows and stuff, competition and whatnot.
America's Got Talent, maybe.
Yeah, well, some of those, because
variety
you get break dancers on that. Well, I haven't watched that show in forever, but I mean, you would get. In fact, there was. You remember the scene where they had the handicap break dancer guy on the beach
No, I don't.
with the.
I don't
You don't remember that?
Sorry, I don't
Where he had
mean to
the.
laugh.
I didn't. Why are you laughing? I'm sorry, I don't remember that.
You don't remember? He had the
Oh.
he had the cane things or whatever for both hands, and he was doing his. He dropped them at one point. He just like dropped the canes because he was one. What do you call that? Where it's like he's
So
not
he's-
completely paralyzed.
I was
from the
about to
waist
say,
down,
I was
but
about
like
to say he's full of shit, but it was one of those.
Uh-huh.
It was one
No,
of those dance
it's one of those, you have
moves.
to walk with those two double, both hands holding the cane because your legs have, they're atrophied maybe or whatever, but you're not paralyzed, but you can't really walk on them well,
Yeah,
type of
it's
thing.
terrible, just
But
terrible.
there was a guy I remember in that America's Got Talent or whatever who, and I'm wondering, I could be the same one because the guy would have been like, way too old to be doing that in the late 90s, early 2000s or whatever when that
Yeah,
show was
yeah.
on. But there was somebody that was doing that in America's Got Talent with whatever those canes are.
I don't remember that at all in the movie. The dude with cane.
It was on the beach. The beach
Yeah, it was
scene.
the
The second
beach
beach scene. Yeah.
I
where
think
he
clearly
took
I
that
just wasn't paying attention to shit in the background.
You must know that.
I missed Van Damme. I missed the
Well, this
paraplegic.
wasn't the background. Like him and her were looking at him.
Yeah, that guy with whatever the condition was he had. But
I was enraptured
doing-
by the beauty of Lucinda Dickey. That's what happened to me.
that's what happened.
Yep. But of course they win in the end, and then the credits, and then there's the sequels.
In the end. Oh, sorry, that was Team Wolf.
And then the sequel is coming is in the credits, the end. So,
Yep.
You know, Cannon.
And then there was a little piece at the very end, right? You stick around to
No, I
what
didn't.
was the
I
very
didn't
very end. There was a little.
I assumed that was it.
Credit.
It was like an after credits, and just
Yeah,
sort
like
of.
a little thing.
It was just another little dance thing or whatever. Like they.
Oh,
It's
the
kind of
guy
weird.
that had his arm.
Oh yeah, remember the guy who had?
underneath of him,
Yeah,
like-
he had his hands on his. I don't know what you call it. He looked like a damn acrobat stunt or whatever. Where he. You know what it reminded me of? You remember when we watched Meet the Feebles?
Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Hindu Indian guy, like got his head stuck in his ass because he was doing.
Jesus.
He was doing a weird acrobat
I-
thing. It was like it was
that
kind of
was
like that. Sort of.
That was about a year ago, and
Except
that's
he
where I
didn't
had
get-
left it. I had left that whole experience right then, but now you just brought it all
Well,
back.
this guy didn't get his head stuck in his ass, but it was a similar acrobatic kind. It was-
Yeah, if I didn't see that, I'm really just missing. I'm missing the whole plot of the
man.
movie. If I didn't see a dude with a head stuck up his ass, run around in the background.
maybe it was the shrooms I took before watching. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm starting to think now we watch two different movies, or at least in two different ways, one or the other. Well, there you go, Cannon. Boy, Cannon never fails. Breakin. 1984. So, Donnie, I guess we'll let you get started. Now, we don't, 0 through 5, but we don't do stars here. We do cannonballs.
Yeah.
I know it's been a while since you did Cannon Fodder. So I just
Yeah,
wanted
it's
to
been a
remind you. Yeah.
I think the last
You didn't
one-
miss anything, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, other than Revenge of the Ninja. You did
Yeah,
miss
I
it.
did
That
Oh
was-
yeah.
that
Oh,
was
you
there.
did miss that. Oh, you
Yeah.
did miss that. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So, I mentioned it earlier. I remember this movie. I just remember it being better when I was a kid, when I just, I guess before I formed all my, opinions about, what I liked and what I, didn't like and why and all that. Still gonna give it its due. It's a classic. It's not, I mean, it's certainly not the best that Cannon has to offer, but as we've seen, it's certainly not the worst.
No.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I have to. I don't know. I'm going to give it 4 cannonballs.
Smoke, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything Donnie said. It. I mean, I have watched it over the years, though. It's one of those that I've kept up with. I mean, I've seen it. Hell, we watched it probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe something like that. So, I mean, it's one that I've watched constantly right throughout the years. So I definitely forgive it all its faults. And we're rating this against other Cannon movies. Like Donnie said, it's certainly not the worst Cannon movie. In fact, it's probably in the upper echelon of their movies. So if you watch it, if you've never seen any Cannon movies for whatever reason, and you watch this one and you hate it, then there's not too much more to go in front of that, other than some of the ninja movies and the Missing in Actions and the Cobras and some of those. So it is in that upper level, I think, of Cannon. I guess I'll go with. I don't know. I mean, I love it for nostalgia value, even though I know its limitations. I'll probably go with 4.5 on it.
Tiana, what do you
4.5.
say?
Yeah.
This one's always a fun one to throw on to watch it. Not repeatedly, but every few years. Yeah, it's fun. I kind of like the second one a little bit more.
I'm
I'm
thinking that-
over the
Yeah. The second one
that one's
is.
a little over the top more than this. I guess that's why. The hospital scene. That's what I gotta
Yeah,
say.
the
That's
second one,
the
man.
best thing.
When we get to that one, I know Donnie knows that one. Josh, you might not have recalled it like this first movie or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I bet-
less
I bet
movie
you,
and
like
more.
most people must agree because that one was more readily available for whatever reason than this one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've seen
maybe that one's more popular. I don't know.
one more too.
Plus, we always make the Electric Boogaloo joke, right? Like when we're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
sequels,
yeah.
you always throw Electric Boogaloo. So There's that part that it left us, if nothing else.
But I'm gonna give this one a 4 candles.
I'm struggling here with this because, like, I don't have the fondness. I don't have the fondness, but I know there is some absolute garbage in the Cannon library. In the Cannon,
We've seen some of it, but not nearly all of them.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've seen quite a few, but yeah, we got plenty to go. And this is upper level, although I can't quite go 4. I'm going to go 3.5 because it's entertaining for what it is, and it's definitely like, if nothing else, it's like a time capsule. Like this, it's just straight up like this was what was cool in 1984. If you if someone asks you, hey, what was cool in '84? Just plug this movie in. This is one of those things. It's among many other things, but this was like truly just a slice of that time period in 1984. So, if nothing else, there's that. Plus the skill level of the dancers and all. It's not like some of them are really good. Some of them it's kind of lame. Some of them are like even Lucinda Dickey. Like she's fine enough, but she's just kind of watching. If you really pay attention to her, don't look at what they're doing. Just look at her for a minute. Like she's just kind of like standing like, yeah, as they're just fucking just popping and locking and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. She's just
because she's more of a professional
classical dance.
Yes.
Well, kind of like what that competition was about.
Yeah, she's more. Yeah, I get she's playing the role very well. Might I like of? She's not that. She's fine, but she's not that. But.
Yeah.
But then there's just once again people in the background not dancing as well as others. So
it says Jean-Claude Van Damme. Van Damme's really
well, I missed it. I missed him.
Yeah, you have to go back and watch that one.
The handicap guy. I missed them both, so I need to go back and.
But like once you see him, even though it's way in the background, your eye will always find him again.
There you go. Donnie.
Yeah.
So what? So that leaves us with I'm sorry, I called you prematurely. That gives us a grand total of 4 cannonballs out of 5. So obviously, we highly recommend you go check it out. But yeah, we don't do gore score and all that jazz for Cannon Fodder. The only thing we do is connection. So, Donnie?
Cannon Connections.
All right.
Find anything good?
Oh, yeah. So similar with Crypt Connections for our horror movies, we do Cannon Connections, which is basically the same kind of concept. We take the current movie episode and we connect any cast or crew to past Spookshow episodes, including Cult Corner and all of the horror movies we've done. So on the cast side, you guys have already alluded to a few, but I've got several that are under the radar. And so I'll start with the cast. Obviously, Jean-Claude Van Damme, mentioned him as a background dancer. He was also in Cyborg when we covered that on Cannon Fodder.
AKA Masters of the Universe Part 2.
yeah.
And then Lucinda Dickey, we mentioned, she was in Ninja 3, The Domination.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's Canon Hall of Fame, Ninja 3.
Yeah.
Ice-T. Ice-T was actually in Leprechaun in the Hood.
Oh, yeah.
When we covered that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was, a St. Patrick's Day.
Anyway.
Yeah,
it was, Lip in the Hood, always up to no good.
Oh, yeah. And this is for Josh here. The Old Man Judge. His name was
Old Man Judge.
The old man that was a judge in the
on the dance
competition.
judge.
Dance
okay,
competition,
dance judge. Yeah.
Peter Bromelo.
Okay.
He was in Hot Chili.
Oh God. No.
Yeah.
Speaking of the bad side of Cannon, I almost said chili. That does give chili a bad name. I didn't eat chili for months after that movie. Like, nope, fuck chili.
Oh man.
No, yeah. Speaking of the bad side, boy, that's like Emmanuel 4.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. We got 4 more. Well, actually, I'll lump the last two together, but these were basically on the back end ADR voices that were added in. George Buck Flower, he was a ADR voice in the background, but he was also in They Live when we covered that. This is also for Josh. This is another ADR voice. This was John F. Goff, but he was the old man in Summer Camp from 1979.
Oh God!
So yeah, there's that, and then also cast, and then we'll two more cast members, basically background dancers that were also in Leonard Part 6.
That's for Smoke, right?
Yeah.
There. Leonard Part 6.
And
I didn't have to watch that.
And
Yeah.
Once Bitten. So that's the cast side. That's
When did we watch Once Bitten?
Once Bitten was
Was that one Craps to be?
it was.
Was it?
Yeah, it was one of the last ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
And then on the crew side, we've got
Forgot about that.
cinematographer Hanania Bayer, who also did Masters of the Universe when we covered that, and Ninja 3: The Domination.
There we go.
So that's it.
Good pedigree on that one. Well, that's all we do for Cannon Fodder. So we're gonna close up the catalog for this spin around, and we'll get back to Cannon Fodder probably sometime around January. It's going to be a little while because we got the holidays coming up and everything, so that kind of bumps some programming out of the way for a little while. But probably sometime in January or so, we'll get back to that. But before we get there, next week it's Thanksgiving. Specifically, next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we need to help set the table. Now, if you want a real appetizer, we encourage you to go over to our YouTube channel and check out Blood Freak, our latest Grindhouse Gutter. That's out now. So we encourage you to go watch that and check that out. That'll whet your appetite for Thanksgiving in some weird way. Trust us. Trust
Think
us.
of it as it's an appetizer, right?
Yeah.
It's an appetizer.
But for the main course, we're enlisting the help of Eli Roth, and we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving from 2023. I always think of that trailer. Remember the whole premise of the movie comes from that Grindhouse trailer. Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that next week. So come back for that, and that's going to be fun. And onward and upward, we've got some holiday shenanigans coming up after that. So we got some interesting stuff on both sides of the spectrum, at least, coming up for Christmas time. You know, maybe that Christmas cruelty side of things, and then the more lighthearted, normal Christmas horror. We got some stuff lined up, so we'll be talking about all that very soon. So for Will, who can be with us, of course, Donnie, Tiana, the Professor Smoke, I'm Josh. We are the All-American Spook Show, and we'll talk to you next week.
Please replace the speaker on its rack when you're ready to leave. Failure to do so will damage both the speaker and your car. We'll be grateful, and so will the patrons who follow you.